Hello, welcome to Linear AutoCAD Tutorials. Don't forget to like and share this video and also subscribe to our channel for more design videos. In this video, we are going to be understanding how to perform the polar array and the path array. For the polar array, it permits you to create arrays around a point or around a circle. Let's dive in. For the polar array, you go to your Home tab, Modify panel. You click on the drop down where you have your rectangular array, and the last option is your polar array. When you select your polar array, it requires you to select the object. Now I want to perform a polar array for the line that we can see in between the two circles. So you pick your line and you enter. The next thing is to specify the center of the array. Since it's a polar array, it's going to be in a cyclic form. So we pick the center of this circle. Once we pick that, you can notice that the array has been created. Now what's left is for you to edit this to your taste. If we go to the ribbon, you can see that the editing ribbon has popped up. Number of items are currently 6, so we could make that 12 and enter. Then you can see that automatically the spaces between is changing, because for 6 items we have the spaces between as 60 degrees. For 12 items we have the spaces between as 30 degrees, since it has to cover a 360 space. Just below that, you can see an option for fill. You want it to fill the whole 360 or you want it less than that. We could see 270 degrees and enter. And you notice that it has removed an allocated portion for the array and is currently occupying just 270 degrees of the space. When you go to rows, do you want the arrays to create the rows outward from the initial array, which is currently inward? So if we go to rows, let's pick 2 rows and see what happens. We pick 2 rows and enter. Our second row has been created, but the distance currently between the rows is too small. So what we need to do is to edit the distance between. So the distance between is currently 1. So let's try making that 10. You can see now it's very obvious the difference that has made. Our distance is now 10, and you can see that our rows are 2 in number. For the levels, you can only see the level when you perform the 3D view of this object. Since we're not going into 3D yet, we wouldn't treat that. As usual, if your associative is active, all the objects in the array will be treated as single units, and if you deactivate it like it's currently deactivated, they'll be treated as individual units. So if I activate it now, associative option, and I enter, mind you, this function acts only the first time the ribbon pops up for you to edit. So if you want it to be activated, you activate it, and if you want to deactivate it, deactivate it. The only way to ensure that you change this is if you keep it activated. When you want to ensure that all the objects are individual objects, we have to explode the objects, and then they stand as individual objects. So it's currently associative, and I enter. And you can see that our object, if we select it now, it will be treated as a single unit. All the objects are selected. Now that's all for the polar array. We are moving to the path array. For the path array, it permits you to create an object around a path. As you can see currently on our screen, we have an object, which is the circle, and a path, which is this curved area. We want to create a path array. For the path array, you still go to your Home tab, Modify panel, and within where you're supposed to find your arrays, click on the drop down and you have your path array as the second option. When you select that, it requires you to pick the object you want to array around the path. So if I pick this object now and I enter, the next requirement is for us to select the path of curve. So the curve we want to select now is this curve, and you can see that the array has been created. And as we did for the polar array, we can edit the array to our taste before we proceed. That will be all for this video. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and also comment to indicate the type of videos you want to see subsequently. Thank you for watching.